Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Tonight, Barack Obama asking Republicans and John McCain to lay off his wife.
I think families are off limits. I would never consider making Cindy McCain a campaign issue. And if I saw people doing that, I would speak out against it. And the fact that I haven't seen that from John McCain, I think, is a deep disappointment.
This as Obama tries to fight back against the right-wing attack machine. And Michelle Obama co-hosted ABC's The View today for the full hour. She tried to clarify that comment that continues to fire up her opponents, the one about being proud of her country for the first time in her adult life.
Just let me tell you, of course I'm proud of my country. Nowhere but in America could my story be possible. When I talked about it in my speech, what I was talking about was having a pride in the political process. People are just engaged in this election in a way that we haven't seen in a long time, and I think everybody has agreed with that.
I think Barack and Michelle Obama are almost certainly striking back at attacks like these.
Michelle Obama doesn't seem to have many nice things to say about America. And she even sounds really bitter.
You don't think she's a black militant?
This week, Michelle Obama still sounds angry.
Does she really believe, as she's quoted as saying twice, America's a downright mean country in 2008?
Joining me now, Hannity's brother-in-arms, radio talk show host Lars Larson. Democratic strategist Tanya Acker is with us, and back with us is Roy Seekoff and Kevin Madden. All right, Lars, look, today you have Barack Obama saying, look, lay off my wife. John McCain should be out there denouncing these attacks, shouldn't he?
No, absolutely not. She's fair game. She's out on the campaign trail. She's making speeches on behalf of her husband. She's fair game. He can't have it both ways. If he wants his wife out on the campaign trail, he's got to be able to take the attacks as well. And the fact is, Sean is wrong. She didn't say it twice. She said it 4 times. Quoted in the New Yorker as saying, America's a place that's just downright mean, where the average person can't get ahead. She's full of baloney on that.
Tanya?
Dan, I find this phenomenal.
I want to let Tanya respond. Tanya, go ahead.
First off, I think that Lars and a lot of his right-wing cohorts are exactly what's wrong with the country right now, and it's why the level of discourse has become so incivil that we can't say, you know what, Cindy McCain, Michelle Obama, they're completely off limits. They are not crafting policy. They are not setting the national agenda, and these women are simply off limits. You know, you can have honest, passionate, really intense discourse amongst 2 candidates without going after one another. I bet Tip O'Neill didn't do it to Ronald Reagan. I bet Ronald Reagan didn't do it.
But I want to stay focused.
I want
to stay focused on the wife. Roy, you wanted to chime in, and then I'll let Lars.
Yeah, Dan, I think this is really phenomenal. This shows just how shameless the Republican attack machine is. Just think about this. If my candidate was a man who had abandoned his first wife after a horrible disfiguring accident and married a woman who then had a horrible drug addiction and stole from her own charity, I don't think I'm going to make my opponent's wife the issue. But they do. It's crazy.
You can't say you're trying to raise the discourse and then make those kind of attacks.
I didn't say that. I said that's exactly amazing that they're trying to do it, and those are factual things. What they're trying to do is smear Michelle Obama with pure, ridiculousness. These are facts.
That's a smear in itself through an analysis of another smear. That doesn't help anybody.
You can't put your wife out on the campaign trail with a message.
Well, but again, what?
I'm sorry. No, but there's a difference between having a message. So what you're telling me that if Michelle Obama goes out and shares passionate opinions about her country and what she wants to happen for her country and her children, it's okay for her to be the subject of right-wing lies and attacks. It's okay.
But it's not lies and attacks to say
distort the things that she said.
It's not lies. It's not lies if you say Michelle Obama appears to hate her country. She says it's a downright mean country where people can't get ahead. That's full of cynics and sloths.
That is a smear and a mischaracterization of everything she said.
Lars, let me ask you something. So what she said on The View today, you say she doesn't like her country. So the bottom line is when she talks about how much she loves her country on The View today.
Oh, look, she realizes she's trying to rehabilitate her image
because
she realizes.
Lars, at least even admit that through your prism, even in the best case scenario for you, you're playing gotcha with her, right?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying,
come on,
Dan. No, listen. What I'm saying is, we're going to take people. Listen, we're going to take people at their word when they go out and say mean-spirited things about their country. We're going to remember it.
You know, you're going to twist it. Let's look at what Laura Bush said. Laura Bush looked at it the right way and said she knew what Michelle Obama really was saying. And this morning, when they gave Sidney McCain the chance to take the high road and agree with Laura Bush, she wouldn't do it.
Here's what Michelle Obama said about that issue. Roy Seacoff. Hang on.
She doesn't have the good judgment that Laura Bush does.
Here's Michelle Obama talking about how much she appreciated what Laura Bush said about her.
I was touched by it. And that's what I like about Laura Bush. You know, just calm, rational approach to these issues. And, you know, I'm taking some cues. I mean, there's a balance. There's a reason why people like her, is because she doesn't fuel the fire.
Tanya, let me ask you a political question, all right? I mean, let's putting aside right or wrong here for a minute. Is there a political danger here, do you think, for Barack Obama in all of these attacks that are being levied on Michelle?
I think they become a distraction, and I think that to the extent that the campaign becomes overly distracted by what is clearly going to be an unapologetic and civil these attacks on Michelle, where she's taken out of context and turned into the caricature of this angry black militant, which is what Lars and his buddies like to do. I do think it becomes a distraction of the Obama campaign, and they need to try to put that distraction aside and stay focused on the issues that American people care about.
Dan?
Go ahead, Lars.
Listen, the New Yorker followed her around and watched 4 of her speeches in a row. She's quoted as saying far more than the business about her being proud for the first time. This woman really has awful things to say about a country that gave her a first-class Ivy League education. She got a $300,000 a year do-nothing job at a hospital. And, you know, she did. And her salary tripled after her husband became a senator.
She earned it.
Earned it? What? Outreach and diversity? That's a BS job.
So instead of sitting here, now you want to care. Now you're getting the real issue.
It's a do-nothing job.
Now you want to turn her into a black militant. Now you want to turn her into a
Lars, hang on a second.
No, but I got to say this. Because now, Lars, you're getting to what the crux of the right-wing attack is that you want to turn her into this caricature of the lazy black militant.
I didn't say lazy. I said it's a do-nothing job.
That's exactly what you just did. That's exactly what you just did.
Not at all. And you're trying to twist it.
This time, we're going to be just as smart as you guys. And we're going to answer every attack and every lie and every smear. And we're going to answer every smear quickly.
Let me bring in Kevin Madden, because he's not a right-wing radio talk show.
I'm trying to referee this thing.
All right. So, but Kevin, I mean,
come on, Kevin.
Isn't there a danger of people like Lars and Sean Hannity out there, supposedly representing your side in this fight, getting out there? And look, there's no question that Lars, I'm sorry, but what you're doing is smearing Michelle Obama. There's no question. I mean, you may think that what you're saying is true,
Dan,
but there's no question it's a smear.
Let me answer the question, Lars. Let me separate the two. Let me separate the two, and then Lars can answer. Look, you have to separate the campaign tactics from the public debate. The public debate, which is what Lars and Sean Hannity and others in the right-wing radio that the Democrats label it, the right-wing radio, they're having a conversation with their listeners. They're having a conversation with the American public. But the campaign, on the other hand, is not going after Michelle Obama. They would be wise to not go after her and instead talk about the big issues.
But Kevin, they're not. Wait a sec. Barack Obama called on McCain today to say, you've got to denounce it. And McCain isn't denouncing it, is he?
Well, look, I think that John McCain is going to take every single opportunity. Tanya, just for a second. I think John McCain is going to take every single opportunity, again, to make this about the issues. He's going to make it about the worldviews between him and Barack Obama, not between spouses.
I got to wrap it up. Yeah. I think this is a dangerous, dangerous area for the right to go. I mean, Lars and Sean can do it all they want, but Kevin, it's guys like you, I think, that are going to have to prevent this from making it out beyond them.
Hopefully there's guys like me pounding the table inside campaign offices tonight.
Heed the words of Mike
Huckabee. Lars Larson.
Heed the words of Mike Huckabee.
Kevin Madden, great panel. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.